Hear from another person this morning as we talk about the future, and I'm very pleased and privileged to get to invite to the stage my younger brother, Mangrum.
Morning.
Before we start, I'd like to thank everybody for allowing me to speak on this very important day. I know he just not mine. Come on, there we go. This one's all good. Okay. Before I get started, I would like to thank everyone for letting me speak on this very important day. I know he just introduced me, but I'll introduce myself again. My name is Mangrum, and I'm 15 years old, and I'm a sophomore at Tennessee High School. I've been attending this church for about 4 years, and I'm very involved in the youth group. Now, I might not be what you expected today. I talk differently. I dress differently. I still don't even have my driver's license yet. I have a Vine account. Some of you probably don't even know what that is. I can tell you anything about Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And if you have a Twitter, go ahead and follow me. That's a funny picture. We have lots of differences. But believe it or not, there's one thing that we have in common. I love God just as much as you do. I've been a Christian for almost 3 years now. I was baptized in January of 2011 in this baptistry right behind me. I'm still learning every day how to grow closer to God. But even though we have differences, we need to get on the same page. If this church doesn't reach more young people like me, it probably won't be around for another 110 years. There will be no 220th anniversary if there aren't more young people walking through the doors of this church. In Acts 2:17 and 18 it says, "In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy." I'm one of those young men with a vision. Now, I'm no prophet, but let's envision the future. In less than 3 years, I will graduate from Tennessee High School. Hopefully. 4 years after that, I hope to graduate college. Who knows after that? I may still go to church here, or I might go to a church in Atlanta when I'm playing for the Atlanta Braves. Hey, this is my dream. But if not, you might be looking at a future deacon of this church, or maybe the future youth minister. Sorry, Billy. Or maybe even the senior minister after the old man here retires. There are roughly 1,300 students that go to Tennessee High School. Some of them are in this room today. There are some that are in other churches in Bristol right now. But if I had to guess, most of them are not in church this morning. Central has a responsibility to reach those kids. They are the future, even though they may not even know it yet. We have to get them here somehow. There are a bunch of churches in Bristol. Some are small, some are big. But most of them aren't doing a very good job of reaching the future of their church. I don't want Central to be like those churches. I want this to be a place that young people want to come to. I want this to be a church where youth can get involved and learn about God. We have a great opportunity to reach them, but we have to do something about it. That could mean change. Because I don't know if you've noticed, But there aren't many youth here on church, or in church on Sunday mornings. If we're going to reach them, then we have to do something. This church will not survive if young people are not involved in the future of Central. We have a tremendous opportunity. What if we really meant it? What if we really meant when we said we want to reach young people? What if our church became the church that youth can come to love just as much as you love Central? That's my vision, but I need your help. Many in my generation are not good. I'll be the first to admit it. Every day I hear stories about how drugs, sex, and alcohol affect my friends. And to be honest, I'm sick of it. Just the other day, I heard a girl talking about prayer. Next thing I know, she was cussing like a sailor. In James 3:10, it says, "Out of the same mouth come praise and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this shall not be." I'm tired of seeing things like that happen all the time at school. When I stand up for what the Bible says, many of my peers persecute me. I wish they had a church that they loved, and Central could be that church. We, Central, have to do something about it. I want to show you something that the kids today are calling tweets. On September 14th, I tweeted this: "One day, I'm going to change the world. Can't wait to see who's on my side." Now today, I haven't changed the world. It's probably going to take a little bit longer than I thought. But I hope this sermon was a very good first step, and I hope you'll be on my side. The past is up, the future is here. If we want to reach young people like me, we have to meet them where they are. What will we have to do? That's not my decision, but I can help. Maybe it means getting more involved in the schools. It might mean a new fellowship hall or family life center. It might mean a different style of worship, or something as simple as changing the time of a service. For sure, it's getting out of our comfort zone to reach different people, but essential, we must be willing to reach out and touch people. I have a vision, a church that young and old alike will come to and worship together. Will you begin today to envision what we will look like? It may be different than what we have now, but Christ was different. He envisioned a great church even when no one had even heard of church. It was a huge change, but people got it. People changed and lives were saved. Let's not just envision the future, let's make it happen.
I don't know about you, but with guys like that,